What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? This is your boy Enlightened Luciferian Prince coming at y'all once again. Welcome. Hope y'all been enjoying this 2025 and the constant uploading of the barrage of ammo to be used against the otherwise abusive commercial structure. The purpose of my video is for anybody who's viewing this channel for the first time. If you viewed this channel for a few times, as you can see, over the years, I gradually have evolved and continuously will do so for the betterment of fallen humanity. Now, as far as you watching this video around children, I say this because my channel is not for children. Strictly for adults, adult-based content only. Simple as that. So if you're watching this video around children, please remove them. Let them skedaddle to Seattle. Now, also to mention, anything on my videos is not meant to construe anything that constitutes anything of legal advice. The sole purpose of my information that I do actually display on my videos is for informational and educational purposes only. Now, in furtherance of that, the reason why I do what I do on my channel is to basically elevate and inform the common public of things that otherwise you would not know. Now, in regards to what I say on my channel, explicitly reserved is the simple fact of the matter, is that I go to the law. Nothing else. I give no opinionation. I give no conjecture because I love to read. Now, for people who need to understand certain topics in regards to getting your remedy in 2025 and basically zeroing out your debt, I will say this. Let us talk about something in 2025 that I know a lot of people have been dealing with since 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, whatever. However long it's been, it's time to reduce the burden. Okay? Let us talk about securities fraud and your remedy. That is the title of this video. Securities fraud and your remedy. Now, the lovely thing that I would love to tell you people about, yes, people, my audience who basically may be dealing with these same circumstances, okay? What I will say is this. Usually when you are defrauded or someone has basically usurped your trust or basically hijacked your consumer credit transaction in regards to loans, mortgages, credit cards, you name it, right? This works for all of them, right? This works for all of them. Now, most of the time, some people would be up in arms and like, okay, well, I'm going to go to federal court and I'm going to sue you. You're creating another security, people. Okay? The object is that you can't ask the devil to cast out demons, people. I said this time and time again in regards to his processes, and it will never change. All right? I want you to understand you cannot ask the devil to cast out demons. So I want you to understand this and understand this perfectly fine. It is very simple, but you must pay close attention. But remember, this does not constitute legal advice. I just love to read. Now, let us talk about something. We have what's called the SEC, called the Securities and Exchange Commission. Now you have to understand that this is the place to go. Now it's the one place to go for several reasons. Number one, it gets a third party involved who is unbiased in regards to whatever claim you may submit to them and for whatever claim you may submit to them within regards to anything that is commercial. Yes, people, these people take no sides. So as opposed to going to a federal court who then makes a security offer court case, and then normally if you report a mortgage company, credit card company, or a purported lender, i.e. from a bank or any of their associates or LLCs, whatever, they're always going to be on their side in most of the cases because fundamentally there's a lot of litigation that has to go on, a lot of legal jargon, a lot of arguing. let me say this now that the kids are out the way. Fuck that. Fuck all that shit, because eventually you're going to get 5 to 6 pages of legal opinionation that's going to dismiss your case. It's a waste of fucking time, and it's just bullshit. I'm just going to be the one to say this. Okay? Let's just be the one to say this. Yes, I went down that road, believing that the courts had my best interest at heart. Yes, people, there was once upon a time where I was subconsciously conscious, right? Believing that the court system was right, Constitution was right, fuck all that shit. Once I came to the age of realization, knowing that the Constitution is nothing more than a corporate charter that basically places limitations on what government can do for and towards the people. It's all it is. It's nothing more than a corporate charter with board members and shareholders, which are not the people. Let's call it what the fuck it is, people. So with all due respect, I say, anything that has to do with the Bill of Rights, the courts have basically made it to an administrative, debtor, equity, and maritime venue to basically say, hey, we're doing commerce, period. Erie Railroad versus Tompkins, the case decided in 1938, basically said where there is no case, there is no contract. In regards to contract being, where there's no contract, there's no case, meaning that the contract is the sole focus of what the case is determined to be. There is no more judiciary, so-called constitutional courts. That shit's out the game. These are banks, people. These are banks. All right? Let's get it straight. For anyone that lives in Atlanta, Georgia, if you doubt what I say, if you go down to, what is that street? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's right around the corner from Satiric Park. I think it's Forsyth Street, if I'm not mistaken. But you can go to the Georgia State Bar, right? Association building. And I want you to go stand out in front of that building. But if you really look closely at the Georgia State Bar Association, right, building, it's right downtown, it's right around the corner from Centennial Park, right? Look at that building and you'll see that it says State Bar of Georgia, but it also says Federal Reserve Bank. Now you have to look closely or you might miss it. See, the average person might just look at it and just be like, well, it's Georgia State Bar, but it says Federal Reserve Bank on there. Now, would that be kind of a conflict of interest if it says Federal Reserve Bank on the Georgia State Bar? So the lawyers hold commerce in bar. So what do they deal with? Securities. And what do corporations who actually involve themselves with the documentation that they extend to you employ for their services to get these individuals to draft this paperwork? Fucking lawyers, people. If you haven't viewed my YouTube channel and you haven't seen my shorts and my in my community, not just watching my videos, but actually looking at many other things I post, you will see that I posted a video where the lawyer actually admits that they belong to a secret private group, a class and privileged individual, because they make the laws so that they benefit the lawyers. And I told people years and years ago on my channel that the original 13th Amendment was titles of nobility. Now, I know a lot of people may have not heard of it before, and it's one of the things that's less spoken of, but I even pinpointed the original 13th Amendment was no titles of nobility should be granted. So why is it that if this was the original 13th Amendment, because the original Constitution was destroyed, it was destroyed because that would have meant no lawyers in government. Now, how are you going to run a corporation with no lawyers? See what I'm saying? So the Constitution has a lot more dark, hidden, esoteric truths to it than you would actually know. But we're going down the rabbit hole a little bit too much on that note, but I just wanted to enlighten you on the certain subject. So stop believing in that constitutional right. When it comes down to the U.S. Constitution, it's about corporation, corporate operation, period. Period. Everybody in society is talking about what's going on today in society is unconstitutional. It's always been since 1871 when they passed the Washington, D.C. Organic Act. So miss me with that constitutional bullshit. The only rights you should be enforcing is your natural rights. Let's get that straight. You're a natural person. Natural rights go for natural people. Statutes, codes, rules, regulations, and procedures are for dead things, i.e. corporations. So let's cook. Now that we got that out the way, let's talk about the securities fraud and your remedy. Whenever you want to report something against those individuals I named before, right, in the respective capacity that these individuals say that they loaned you something, people, you've been frauded. You've been defrauded. You've been used. You've been had, and you've been paying on something you really shouldn't have been. But I'm going to show you a quick and expedient way to recoup what you have lost and to get an unbiased third party involved in your commercial business and get you the best possible outcome you can get. Now, we're going to go to the SEC website, United States Securities and Exchange Commission. There is a bar on that website that says you can submit a tip or complaint. Now, you could do either one or the other, but I'm going to do complaint because when you file a complaint, you get reimbursed. But don't take my word for it. Let me read from the website. Thank you for providing us with information about a possible violation of the federal securities laws. All tippers can use this web form to submit information, whether they elect whistleblower status or not. The Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act authorizes the SEC to pay awards subject to certain limitations and conditions to individuals who provide us with original information about violations of the federal securities laws. The program also provides anti-retaliation protections for whistleblowers and enhanced confidentiality protections for information that could possibly reasonably identify a person as a whistleblower. Becoming a whistleblower creates legal protections for you, but it also imposes certain procedural obligations on you. For more information about your rights and obligations as a whistleblower, please click here to learn more about the whistleblower program. That's where you go on the website. You are encouraged to submit your information online by filling out the online complaint form. If you would like to be considered for a whistleblower award, you will be required to make a declaration. If you would like to file anonymously as a whistleblower, an attorney must complete this form on your behalf. Again, people, as I said in my previous videos, if you wish to consult an attorney, please do so. Caveat, I would suggest you do not, because lawyers, as I said before, work for corporations. And if you read corpus juris secundum, attorney and client, the attorney's first duty is to the court, not to the client. So I'm just saying, you get it if you get it. You get it? Good. Now, it says, it gives you the tips, what to do and what to don't do. You look it up. But let us define who fits into this categorization, right? Let's talk about it. Let us consist the basis of the claim on the law and not conjecture. Because I know people hear pay and they just like, woo-wee, payday. It's a system that you must understand in order for this to go flawlessly for you. Securities fraud. And I think I'm about to sneeze. And if I do, pardon me. Woo-woo. Intermission. Hopefully, I'm trying not to sneeze. Okay. Securities to fraud as defined in 15 United States Code, subsection 78C, 10. Failure to disclose that the promissory note is a security. It is not a promissory note. A promissory note cannot exceed the lifespan of 9 months. Failure to disclose the promissory note is not a note, but a security constituting lack of full disclosure. Required in Truth in Lending Act, which gives an individual the right to signature rescission. I said it previously in my video, people. If you've been following me, you know exactly what I've been saying. Failure to disclose is constructive fraud, and fraud violates all contracts, meaning makes them void. The National Bank Act specifically states that national banks and subsidiary mortgage companies cannot hold a note, period. The National Bank Act specifically states that national banks and subsidiary mortgage companies cannot hold a note, period. Securitization of an individual's promissory note is constructive fraud, fraud by conversion, actual fraud, and identity theft. Title 18, subsections 472 and 473, 493, 494, and 513 is making, selling, uttering, possessing, publishing as true, altering, forging, or falsifying as true any note, document, and or security is criminal intent, each with 10 to 20 years in prison and or fines, knowledgeable, willful, intent to defraud, fraud in the factum, and the basis for 200 times penalty. Pacific Mutual Life Insurance Company versus Haslett, 499 United States Reporter, 1, 1991. Admitted guilt regarding Title 18, 472, 473, 493, 494, and 513 crime. Its lip sees no proof to the contrary, which is case citation. Whew. Do you feel how hot it's getting up in here, people? I don't think you understand the depth of how much of a remedy you really actually have. And that's just one thing I read. One. Let's cook further. Dealing in counterfeit obligations or securities. Title 18, United States Code 473. Whoever buys, sells, exchanges, transfers, receives, or delivers any false, forged, counterfeited, or altered obligation or other security of the United States, the corporation, with the intent that the same be passed, published, or used as true and genuine, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years or both. Its lead sees no proof to the contrary. Here we go again, people. I'm going to keep cooking. Here we go. Title 18, United States Code 494, dealing in counterfeit obligations or securities. Whoever utters or publishes as true or possesses with intent to utter or publish as true any such false, forged, altered, or counterfeit writing, knowing the same to be false, forged, altered, or counterfeited, shall be fined under this title or no more imprisoned than 20 years or both. No proof to the contrary. Title 18, United States Code 513, securities of the states and private entities. Whoever makes, utters, or possesses a counterfeit security of a state or a political subdivision thereof, or of an organization, or whoever makes, utters, possesses a forged security of a state or political subdivision thereof, or of an organization, with intent to deceive another person, organization, government, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for not more than 10 years or both. Its lip sees no proof to the contrary. All mortgage contracts and agreements and presentments are expressly induced by fraud, coercion, extortion, and failure to disclose contracts and violations of 18 United States Code 373 and RICO, 18 United States Code 1950 subsection, 1956, 1957, 1964, upon centos, which is a court determination. I don't need to go anymore, people. I don't need to go anymore. If you have these issues in your personal life, contact me via email for a consultation. But I will give this information out for you to know this for the embetterment for your own personal edification. You must understand the mortgage company. If they sold or particularly if they reassigned your mortgage, they get some too. If you have an auto loan and they sold it to another third party who's claiming collection, they get some too. So that means that the mortgage company and whoever assigned it to a new mortgage company, they both get it. They both get reported to the SEC. If you have an auto loan, whoever pretended to finance you on that auto, and if they actually sell it to another entity, they both get it. Credit card companies, if they turn around and they say you owe them, and they actually go report on your credit, and you turn around and they sell it to a third-party entity for collection, they both get it. Everybody gets some. Do you not understand the gravity of what I'm saying? But there's some steps that you have to take. But there's the first step you must take. I told you about the rescission, the notice of rescission. You send it to them. You don't correspond with them anymore because they're not going to respond. You already put them on notice what your next steps will be. These are what are called your proofs of claim. You let them know and you give them the affidavit of truth. Then you would then take this and you would also compile this also with your claim with those two correspondences. Once you do that, you're going to cook, man. They cannot deny, because if they ignored you, they definitely will ignore the SEC. Because the SEC is going to prove and probe that, particularly if you have an account number and if you have some type of correspondence with them, that means that the account was already in existence. So they can't get rid of something that they actually transmitted to you with an account number. They can't say, "Oh, we didn't do that." Lies the fuck you tell. Credit reports say something totally different, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, this is how I talk, people. I'm just letting you know. It is what it is. I'm just run cut with this shit. So you already have all the codes that could send these people to fucking prison. Not only will you actually get your remedy in a punitive sense, you can get your damages from these people too, and you can recoup your down payment, get the full vehicle of the car, get a clean title, get a clean deed, and that's in less than 21 fucking minutes. I tell people, all praises due to the Most High for what I tell people. When you feel as if you have no remedy, or you feel as if you have no way out, let me tell you something. The way out of darkness is to get in, fucking go in. Go in. You got to go in. Sometimes the way out is in. It is what it is, people. And all of this is telling you this. All mortgage contracts and agreements and presentments are expressly induced by fraud, coercion, extortion, and failure to disclose contracts and violations of 18 United States Code subsection 373 and RICO, 18 United States Code 1956, 1957, and 1964. So all you people that's out there talking about your mortgage, sometimes you need to start knocking these people right on top of their motherfucking head. Because I told you, they can't touch you once you actually fully disclose that they have defrauded you. That means all collection attempts must stop until they validate that the debt is real. In other words, don't wait for the response because you're not going to get one. File your complaint with the SEC and get paid. But you don't have to take my word for it. You see what I'm saying? Just let them keep abusing you. You know, for all the individuals that's out there who stand by these individuals and be like, well, you should just pay your bills. Fuck you. Okay? You're the reason why we, the people who read, go against you. And this is why I say agents on my channel. Because you have to understand, there is nothing that pays anything except our fucking signature. So when I sign on something, it's paid for. Anything else after that is a fictitious obligation. Ask me how I know. Went to a dealership, put my signature on paper. It's paid for. I didn't have temp tags. State tags was on the motherfucker. Since then, I've been handling it on the private side. Am I going to do that with a house too? You're fucking right. And I guarantee you, when it comes to fruition, you will know first. Just don't play with these people. I don't play with these people. If you want a house, go get one. Stop sitting here waiting to get approved on some dumb shit that's fictitious, that's going to wind you up in a fucking fraudulent contract and basically make you pay back on something you're already eligible for. But you have to fix your thinking. I don't have enough money for that. If you got 5 fingers and you know how to scratch on some motherfucking paper with a signature and secure the signature, congratulations, it's yours, people. See, all these other people that's out here making this shit seem like it's all mysterious. Let's go ahead and just demystify this shit today. Let's just demystify it today. All these people charging y'all exorbitant amounts of money ain't showing y'all no remedy. Let me tell you something. And I'm going to shit on them in 2025 when I say this. I'm going to shit on them. And I ain't saying no names, but y'all know who they are. If they don't show you remedy, don't fucking pay them nothing. Don't pay them nothing. If they can't show you remedy, don't pay them nothing. We're going to shut this shit all the way down. If they cannot show you remedy, don't pay them anything. Say, I'll holler at you. The beautiful thing is the reason why I do what I do on this channel, my channel. Everything I do on my channel is everything I do in my personal life. See what I'm saying? It's what I do in my personal life. I don't want no accolades. All praise due to the Most High for what I get and what I do. All praises. And I walk humbly in it. But I'm telling y'all right now, in 2025, stop fucking paying these people when they ain't giving y'all no remedy. Stop wasting your time. Please. All you have to do is just apply yourself and apply yourself perfectly. And you'll find out. When I first started my YouTube channel, I ain't pay nobody shit. Nothing. No gurus, none of that shit. Just because I come on YouTube and I tell y'all about this doesn't make me smarter than anybody. I know a lot of people like to have this hierarchy of knowledge type of concept in this shit. Let me tell you the reason why I tell y'all what I tell y'all on my YouTube channel. All open honesty. It doesn't make me smarter or more intelligent than you. It's just that I made more mistakes than you. That's the reality of it all. So I learned from them. And I had to figure out what the fuck the problem is. And then when I tried to go to the systematic approach to try to fix the problem, that shit didn't work. So I had to realize, well, if it doesn't work and the system's fucking me over and then the system's protecting the system to keep fucking me over, then I got to go a little bit deeper. And lo and behold. So like I said, people, if indeed You are not shown. That's my neighbor. Pardon me, sensitive mic. But if indeed they don't show you any remedy, people, I'm letting you know right now. Don't pay no money. Don't. Just don't. Because what you can get as far as your remedy is in black and white. They won't tell y'all this. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how many documentations these people try to make y'all try to put up out there and just do this and mail us to these people, mail us to these people. Man, them people ain't on that shit. But because I'm gonna tell you why. You have to understand that I tell people, and I say this time and time again, redemption is not for everybody. I don't care what nobody says. It's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And when you understand this wholeheartedly, you know for a fact of the matter that people ain't gonna get it. I know y'all probably talk to y'all family members, relatives, co-workers, and all types of other NPC motherfuckers. See, you gotta understand, when you in this realm that we call planet Earth, I'm gonna be real with you and I'm gonna be the one to say this. Because redemption is a metaphysical thing. It's not just physical. It's physical because we gotta put the work in on the physical plane. But it's a spiritual thing. It's a reconnection to the divine. Some people on this first face of this fucking earth, I'm gonna be honest with you, just exist. It's like you could witness this and people will know what I'm saying is true. You could just simply just look at a person and explain something of a significant value to them. But some people are so stuck in the commercialism, consumerism mentality that they just are just that. Existing. But you talk about who the fuck performed at the Super Bowl last night, goddamn, motherfuckers go off about that shit. But you know what? You keep doing what you doing. Stop focusing on what the fuck the world got going on, because the world ain't got a motherfucking thing going on. And I'm gonna be the one to say it. You know why wealthy people and people who are truly successful excel? Because they don't fuck with the world. They devote their time, energy, and effort on fixing their problems so they can have solutions adequate enough to last them for the existence of their life. While the rest of the masses is just eating, sleeping, shitting, and working. And I'm going to be the one to say it. It's 2025, people. It's time to stop bullshitting. If you are on my channel or you've been watching me for this long, you already see I don't play around with these people. You see what I'm saying? Because my life is precious. My time is valuable. And I'll be goddamned if I let somebody keep taking from me and I don't do something about it. And if you ain't one of them people who gonna stand up and tell them people, fuck yourself, cut this video off and go join the rest of the crowd out there in society. Because this ain't the place for you. Simple as that. With that being said, get your remedy, get your money, and blow the motherfucking whistle. Matter of fact, I'm going to order one on Amazon. It's going to be in my next live when that motherfucker get dropped off. I'm dead ass serious. Blow the whistle. Watch. But at the same token, people, this is the truth. Whether people want to acknowledge it or not, it's the truth. It's right there. It's defined in the law. Letting you know your remedy is right there. And I just read just a few excerpts. I didn't even really go in depth. Your remedy is out there. The choice is yours and yours alone. If you don't want it, hey, can't nobody else do nothing for you. Like they say, you can't lead a horse to water. Man, you don't need to lead no horse to water when that motherfucker thirsty. It don't need your help. Don't need your help at all. You need to help yourself get yourself in a better position so you can understand. You can do this stuff now. Fix yourself now. It don't take all these months and years and all this. No. It starts now. The choice is yours. Until then, first time viewing this channel, like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button so every time I drop some heat, you won't be left outside the loop. Please make sure you check back and forth routinely from my channel just in case you don't get a notification. It is what it is. If you would like to donate to the channel for the content I've been dropping so freely, all praise due to the Most High, feel free to do so. No compulsion here. Much appreciated, but no compulsion. See what I'm saying? As I've been demonetized and my topics on the algorithm are not very, 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 very famous. It is what it is. I'm not here for fame. I'm just here to get people to understand that you are the master of your own destiny if you believe so. And if you don't, go join the rest of the NPCs. Wait for the next festival to come around so you can go ahead and join the crowd. Me, I'm taking the narrow path. It is what it is. Thank y'all for y'all time. Thank y'all for your participation. As I always say, agents, fuck you. Real talk. And that's just the way it is. So people, take it into consideration, do what you need to do, and get yourself in a better position. Because the life you living right now, as I tell people, and the life that you could be living is still available. You just have to let go of one and just grab one to the other. But the choice is yours and yours alone. Peace, light, love. Y'all stay tuned, because hey, I'm gonna keep on cooking regardless. See y'all soon. Take care.